Hello, hello. Carl, you're on mute. Unmute yourself. Hey, Carl, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
6 months. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just on mute for 1 second because I'm on a call really quick.
Okay, got it.
This is why you need to send things that I can send to people's texts.
Monica, I'm trying, but
When I'm busy, I get.
Monica, you're not on mute right now. But if you guys can hear me, can I start so that we can just do like a little recap of what we're gonna do? Are you really good with that? Okay, so I was thinking that I would speak to the agents about luxury buyers, like how we just talked about. Monica, hey, how are you?
Yeah, or not.
You look beautiful.
So do you. Okay, let me see if it's, so if I go back like this, they can see the showroom, right?
Yes.
What do you see? You see the showroom?
I see the showroom. I see
Okay.
yourself and I see the showroom. It's perfect. Hey,
Okay.
Carl.
Hey,
you
how's
ready?
everybody doing? Hello.
Hey,
Yeah,
Carl,
I'm ready.
what's
Sorry
up? Hey,
about that.
guys, I
Hey,
send
how
you
are
I send you the PDF, just so you know.
Okay.
So I don't know if I sent it to Carl and you, I don't know how you can show it to them, but it just tells, it's just a couple pages, I don't know, 6 pages with what I am and who I am and what I offer.
It's perfect. I'm gonna upload it to the chat for everyone. Okay, so let's just wait on a few people to come on here. But yeah, so I'll start with luxury buyers and just, go through that. You guys can chime in at any point. Just let me know. Everyone else will be on mute, and then at the end we can take questions. And then Carl, you can do luxury listings and your whole thing that you do with that. And then Monica, tell us about your business, your services,
Leah,
everything that you offer.
and I'll introduce the team when they're all on, just 20 seconds of introducing different girls that are
That'll
here.
be great.
When we go
That'll be
on,
amazing.
you have to turn that air conditioner off so I don't hear it.
you want me to do it now? or-
No, let us cool until just in
Because-
case.
It's like 5 minutes.
It takes 5 minutes. Okay, turn it off now. It's fine. Okay, yeah, turn it off now. So you can work on the logo. And then what I want you to do, take a video, but don't show, when you take a video, just show, you can show like this. So video, and I'm gonna use it for social media.
Okay, I just emailed myself the PDF, Monica, so that we can provide that.
But you're not appearing in the video.
Yeah, of course, you can take a video. This is a Zoom call. We're gonna use this for social media. Say hi to them. This is Andrea. She's an architecture student.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hey,
Yeah.
how are you?
Andrea.
How
They're
you
all-
doing?
He's an artist and a luxury realtor. She's a broker. They're all in real estate. But what
Oh,
you'll
okay.
hear, you can listen to
Amazing,
the thing and educate yourself with this.
All right, great.
So. And
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah. You have a headset.
Okay, so we'll just wait on a few more people to join. We'll give them, it's not even one yet, so let's just let everyone start coming into the training.
And so I'm doing
Okay,
it
Monica.
April 6th. Actually, I can invite all them. Give me the pen so I remember to invite them to April 6th. Adriana, pass me your pencil. I'm gonna invite them to the April 6th event. I just forgot about that. April 6th event. So you can share that to the group.
I just shared the presentation to the chat and I'll let everyone know that it's on there.
Okay, perfect.
And I do have some notes just so that we
Radio,
follow
yeah.
some type of,
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
know.
shutting the music and the thing off because oh wait, I lost the Zoom.
no, you're still there.
Let me see.
Here, what happened? Here. Okay. Why don't I see? Why does it say zero sales? Oh,
So
Okay.
whenever anyone talks, it takes the camera to them. So
Okay.
everyone else should be on mute once we get started so that it doesn't do that. So if I'm speaking, the camera will be on me. And then, when you chime in, the camera will go to you.
Okay.
All right, we're getting some people in here. We got Zito, we got Stats. Violeta?
Turn the music off, please. Oh,
Mhm.
I don't know, it doesn't want to turn off, even though I like that song. Even though I like that song.
No.
Okay, now it's off.
We can have some intro music.
If you
As
want
we're
to,
waiting.
no, one of my favorite singers is Alina Perez because it's all about dreams and create your reality. So I like that.
Love that. All right, so I did take some notes so that we stick to a schedule. I know me, you, and Carl, we get together, well, you know, go off on our conversation, so. Alrighty.
Are you the owner?
Hey, what's up, Omi?
What up?
Oh, so each time someone joins, that thing comes up.
I'm gonna make sure everybody in the office joins you guys as well too. So guys, whenever you're doing,
Absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah, make them all join. It's a nice Zoom party here.
trust me, don't worry, we're all joining now.
Perfect.
mandatory.
Love that. Hey.
It's mandatory.
Oh my God.
Okay, you have a realtor working.
Hold on, let me myself for a little bit while everybody joins
What's
and
their,
set it up.
We can do like a clip and we'll write over it. You know what I mean? You can take a video. Or shut it. You can take a video.
Yeah, this is going to be recorded, Monica, so
Oh, okay.
afterwards I can send you the link for it.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna give a few more minutes for people to,
Sure.
join us.
So Carl, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I was I actually went to the spa earlier to relax a little bit. So I'm actually nice and re-energized right now for the Zoom.
You're
So I'm
ready,
pretty
you're
excited.
ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
water, not champagne. I'm drinking water.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee.
Nice. No, I already had my 15 cups of coffee today. Not my 15. I had like 3. I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. And
Which spa did you go to?
I went to the Trump International. It was really
wow.
nice. Yeah,
Nice.
it was really nice. I went with a few colleagues of mine, and it was just we went into a Turkish bath. I took a cold plunge. I went into the sauna, so I'm super relaxed right
You're
now.
ready.
Start.
Yes. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Damn, I really just thought that. All right, that happens. I didn't.
But you can
All right, we're getting a good turnout here. I see there's more agents joining us.
a Zoom call. Whatever. It's a show. Today we're doing a Zoom call here.
Aventuras in the building. It's mandatory, guys. Come on, we need focus. We got Lydia, Roxette, Aaron, who's brand new.
Hey,
Jada.
guys.
Everyone.
So we're showing up, being
Hey,
good students for you guys.
I love that. I love that. We will get started in about 3 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
Because I'll just write it on there. Like I'll just write Zoom calls with agents talking about FP, sales, stage, things like that. But you can still gonna work on the logo. I read the names. Yeah. Talk about it later. Whatever something that the name we're going with the name.
It's ready.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Amazing. Yeah.
Monica, your showroom's looking amazing there as your background.
What are you doing? Oh, okay. I can walk them through the showroom with this computer. I could at the
Looks
end.
good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The event that we're gonna do, that I'm gonna do April 6th. We have speakers and everything.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be April 6th. When I get on, I'll tell them. Carl, you're gonna be in April 6th?
I will be there. Count me in. So I'm in.
I have
100%.
one of the speakers is Doug Levine, which owns a lot of Wynwood. He was he was
Yes.
the one who created Crunch. You know Doug Levine, right?
Yes, of course. Huge developer
Yeah,
and
yeah.
owner of pretty much Wynwood. He pretty much owns
Yes,
Wynwood,
yes.
right?
he's my landlord and I love my space. I have like the heart. I think Boxy Charm, which is Joseph, which he's my friend for 500 million. Then they're all entrepreneurs. So I have like
Amazing.
probably the owner of Wynwood Paddle, which is amazing. The place is amazing and it's like one of the best paddle places. So it's all combined lifestyles.
And it's
Monica,
gonna be
do you-
in your showroom?
It's going to be in my showroom, of course.
Oh, amazing,
What?
amazing,
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, I love it. I love
Do you
it. No,
have
I
a
was just
flyer
asking
invite for that?
Valentina's finishing the flyer for that, and then I'll send it to you, Maciel, and then you can put it with all your agents. I
Okay,
collabed with Wynwood, it's called Wynwood Diesel, with the development in Wynwood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I saw that
collabed-
you did that project.
yeah, no, I didn't do that, but I want to listen. People have a great time. There's speakers, everything, so it's going to be amazing. So I'll invite them all to that, and it's good for them to know because it's still real estate. It's about real estate in Wynwood and businesses in Miami.
All right, let's see, we got 25 people on right now.
You can listen to. You want to learn? This is good. Maciel has a lot of information for you, Andrea. I'm telling my architecture girl to listen.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
This is gonna be recorded, so I'll send it to you afterwards as well. All right, it's 1:05. I think we should get started. Anyone else that's joining us can just catch up. And again, this is gonna be recorded. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Maciel Perdomo, and I'm gonna be the managing partner for the Fort Lauderdale office. We get the keys to that office on May 15, which is really exciting. But then on the call, even more exciting, I have Carl Hewitt, who is an artist, a filmmaker, and a luxury real estate agent. Carl, thank you for being here.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
And
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Happy to have you. And then we also have a guest. Make sure you guys have your microphone on. Let me see. Is everybody mute? Let me just mute all of you guys before I do the next introduction. Okay. So we also have a special guest that I'm really excited, a good friend of mine and a designer, Monica. She owns Electric Elements. Monica, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Can everyone hear me? Hello, everyone. Can they hear? I don't think-
Yes.
Yes, we hear you
Anyways,
perfect.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, everybody joining today. My name is Monica Selesky. I own Eclectic Elements. I own a design firm with a furniture showroom. As you can see in the back room, we're in my showroom.
Monica, we're happy to have you on this call. We're excited to know about your services, so we'll definitely get to that. So this training is going to be working with luxury clients. Most of the things that we're going to, touch on, you can also use on any client. You should, but with luxury clients, they may be a little bit more demanding. You may just need to put in a little extra work, right? And you want to be completely prepared. So the first thing that I definitely want to touch on is mindset. Like, do you have a routine? Are you feeding your mind, body, and soul? Are you waking up early? Are you prepared? Because that's what you're going to exude when you speak to these clients or any of your clients, right? Monica, I know that you're super big on working out and taking care of your body and looking good, right? And that's important when you're working with clients. And it's not about wearing design or anything like that. It's about being well put together. And it shows that that's the kind of business you run, that you're organized, that you take care of your body, that you take care of the way that you look, and that you exude a luxury agent, right? If you're gonna be selling those $1 million homes, that you better look like $1 million at all times, be well put together, right? So that's important. It's your mindset, your daily routine. Okay, so then there's things that you can do that are close to free when you're first getting started or working with luxury clients. Go to your neighborhood sports, maybe join a sport, join tennis, join golf, join yoga, and go to your community and be open to meeting people, to expand your contacts. You can also, from the beginning, I always suggest for agents to join a team, find a mentor, or ask a luxury agent that's already doing this to host their open house, to do their showings, so that you're exposed to that atmosphere. So you start getting exposed to the luxury world, right? So that is something that's not going to cost you anything, and you get that exposure. The other thing is that you're going to want to go to like your local restaurants, your local gyms, maybe join charity event, because you're going to have more exposure to meet these kind of people. And this is not anything that's going to cost you too much. And I'm not saying to have like a lavish dinner every single night, but maybe go during lunch hour, during that happy hour, and get to know the restaurants. Because when these luxury clients come to you and they're coming from out of town, out of the country, and they're looking at a specific area, you want to know your products. You want to know the buildings. You want to know the restaurants. And Monica, I run into you. Well, we work out of
Hello.
Cassatua like all the time.
I'll tell any agent, I always eat lunch out. I've gone to Cassatua. Why am I going to work in my office? I work there. I meet so much business. Everybody talks to you. I'll go there, talk. Even if you don't want to talk, they talk to you. People, I'll meet realtors. They'll send me a client that spends 50,000, 100,000. You don't, sitting home gets you nowhere, broken single. Okay. When you go out, I go out and I find the optimal seat in the restaurant that I'm going to see everyone. They're going to see me. I'm going to see. So basically I say, I'm having a great time and I make money when I go out. You basically, you take care of yourself. You look good. You're happy. They feel that energy. I always go out because of that, because I'm always meeting clients.
Right. And you don't have to break the bank. Like I said, you can go during lunch hours, you can go during happy hours, and you can kind of be open, because you have this open mindset to bring in people into your life, right? And you're meeting people. You can sit next to somebody and bring up a conversation. Everyone in your life needs to know that you do real estate, right? And I've gotten clients from this, just from sitting there, and it's silly, but from sitting there and having the owner of the girl who does my eyelashes, I talked to her about real estate day in and day out and day in and day out. When it came time for her to sell her home, that was a multi-million-dollar home, she came to me. Why? Because I speak real estate all day long. And when I sold her home, I sold 4 homes nearby because of that one listing, because I did what I needed to do. Carl will speak more on that when you have listings, on what you should do when you have listings. But that one person led to 4 more sales, and I'm actually in contract with one of the persons that went to my open house. I'm selling his mom's house, and it's at 1.75. But it's because I was speaking. It's because I'm open to the conversation. But everyone should always know that you do real estate. Your social media should show that. You should be posting on a daily constant so that they see, okay, this person is consistent. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. And they know the local spots, they go to the local gyms, and they know everything that there is to know about that market. So you definitely need to know your product. Okay, somebody's not muted. Here we go. Okay, so then also with luxury clients, these are people that are busy, right? They're successful for a reason. They're entrepreneurs, they're running huge corporations. They want you to make their life easier. They're going to ask questions, and they're going to need answers fast. So you need to be prepared. You need to make sure that you know the building, what's sold there, what's active there. Obviously know your comps, know about the taxes, know about the square footage. Do your research, be prepared. This goes to say with all of your clients, but even more so with these clients that are going to be a little bit more demanding. Make sure that you're accessible. Sometimes the hours that these kind of clientele has is different than your average hours. It may be at 5 a.m. when they're messaging you. But if I tell you that for the next, let's say 60 to 90 days that you're working with them, that you should answer their emails at 5, 6 a.m. to make that $100,000 check, will you do it? Yeah, I think that everybody will get up a little earlier to answer them and make sure that that you're there for them and they feel that support. Also with being ready, get to know your client and why they're moving. If they're relocating, do they have kids? When you go to, speak to them, get to know them, listen. Do they have kids? Are they relocating for business? Are they relocating for leisure and they like boating? Let's say they have kids, then you should already have a list of the best schools, the best private schools. Come to them with solutions, be prepared. If they have a boat, know which area should be better for their boat, what kind of lift, the size, the depth of the water, is there fixed bridges? Like these are things that you need to go the extra mile and know, because your average agent is not going to, look into these things or even think about these things. So you're providing value and you're one step ahead of them. So I just had a lead, and I'll talk to you about buying leads like on realtor.com or something like that, and how to approach somebody that you don't know. Most most of your luxury clients are going to come from a referral. Most of my business is referral based. Monica, you can probably say the same for yours as well, right?
100% referral base. I've been in business 26 years. Actually, I don't advertise. I am all referral base. And one customer, one happy customer, they'll refer me 20, and it keeps going and going. My phone never stops ringing.
Absolutely. So when you are working with these clients, you make sure that you're listening to them, that you're one step ahead of them, that they're happy with your service, because like Monica said, they are going to be referring you to their friends and their family. And from one deal can come many, many deals, but you have to make sure to provide value. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is buying leads. If you do buy leads in an area, make sure, again, it goes back to knowing that product, knowing that area, knowing that building, the restaurants, the parks, the beaches, everything in that area. I just had a call last weekend. I came in on Sunday, and I definitely didn't want to work on Sunday. I was definitely tired, and I'm like, oh, a lead's coming in. And I see the lead, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it could be a good one. Let me take the call. I took the call, and it was somebody from Canada. He was enjoying the beach, and he mentioned, I'm in the beach with my kids. Noted, he has kids. I'm with my wife, Carla. I took down her name, Carla. Okay. So you're getting specifics. Make sure that you're listening, that you're taking notes. So I tell him, you know, let's meet tomorrow. I want to get to know what you're looking for. So you take him out for a coffee or something, but you're providing, you know, you're getting to know them, and you're getting that relationship, that connection with them. He couldn't meet. He was flying the next day. We got on a Zoom call. Zoom calls are great because you get to see the person, and it feels like you're, you know, face to face with them. When we got on that call, I said, in your email, you will find a list of the best schools. You told me you were relocating, and you said you have kids. So I want to make sure that your kids are in the best schools. And these are the distance from the property that you sent me to the school. It's a few minutes away. So I think that Carla will appreciate that the school is nearby. So now he's like, okay, this agent was really listening to me in that short call that we had. She knows I had kids. She knows I'm relocated. She knows I want the best schools. And she knows that my wife, Carla, will appreciate that. So long story short, he was looking at a property for 2.9. I said, you know, after this conversation, I just want to send you another property that I think that will work better for you. You are coming here to town, and I think that you want a turnkey property. And that's why it's so important to have staging or have furniture in these multi-million-dollar properties. And he said, absolutely. So we went from inquiring about a 2.9 million to going into contract for a 3.8 million, because I listened to his needs, and he went up almost $1 million more because you listen to his needs. I was thinking one step ahead of him. I said, you need a turnkey property. You don't want to get here from Canada and have to start looking for furniture and all that. So in this price point, you need to make sure that you're providing value, that you're prepared, and that you know you're going a step ahead of him. So yeah, Carl, is there anything that you want to add to that? I know that you are going to be touching on listings, and you can.
No, honestly, pretty much everything you said is exactly, you know, what people need to understand. Like you said, you went the extra mile, and people see that in service. And again, I remember when we sat down with Monica, you know, she was talking about that some agents on the listing side, you know, don't service their listing. And I believe, you know, selling a product of this magnitude, people want service, and they're looking for service. So as far as on the buyer side, I don't deal with many buyers unless it's a referral from somebody that I did listing with. But I agree with you 100%. I actually wanted to touch base back on what you began with, which was energy and your mindset. And I kind of wanted Monica to touch base on like kind of her routine, because her energy explodes through her skin, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know her, this woman is the greatest. I mean, when you just talk to her, you can feel her energy seriously, like through her. And I would love for all of you, everybody in this, to hear Monica and just kind of get like just how she wakes up, her routine. She's super healthy. She doesn't drink. Just her style of living, the way she presents herself. I mean, everything is explosive. I love it from the moment I met her. I met her a while ago. She actually put one of my art pieces in Christie's restaurant in Coral Gables. And just everything about her is explosive and positive all the way. So if Monica, you like to touch base on just your routine, how you wake up, tell everybody how that energy goes through your soul all day and the world sees it.
Okay, so basically, hello everyone again. So for me, mindset is everything you guys said. So for me, I wake up in the morning, I meditate. No, I don't drink because drinking lowers your vibration. I want to be top. The food I eat is organic. Why? Because it's going to make me more focused. You are what you eat. You are what you think. I constantly read books, educate myself. And what Maciel said, I add value to everyone. Every client that talks to me, I give them something. I make them happy for the duration that they're here. I open their mind up. I truly love helping people and I love transformation. For me, everything is for me actually because I've been exercising since I've been 5 years old. I think that's what keeps me structured and everything. And then I just reread the book again, Outwitting the Devil. And it says, what does the devil do? It gets you with addictions. It gets you with smoking. Then they go to drinking. Then they go to this, to women, and the life falls apart. So basically for me, the mindset is everything I do is for the betterment of me. And then I pass it forward to the others. And then in that, like, yeah, sometimes people say, what drug are you on? I go, it's the ecstasy of life. I get up in the morning again, the meditation, the gym, the food, but also it's the thoughts, living in the vibration of love. It just changes the frequency and the energy. Also, I live in an abundance mindset. So my life is always, everything's going to come to me. Of course, I exercise like a machine. I eat, I work, but I love my job. I'm so passionate about my life and my job, because for me, the happiness is in the home. Real estate, design, you're creating the reality, a lifestyle for the person. And what you create the lifestyle, you're creating a reality for them. So they're never going to forget you. Imagine Carl, Maciel, all you guys find the home, it gets furnished. You create the reality you want them to feel. They're happier. They come home. Like for me, my home, I recharge. I come home at night. I'm completely recharged from the energy that everyone takes that I give. I come home and it's my heaven on earth. So I live my life like that. And all the girls that are here, which you'll meet all of them, I tell them the same thing. They pass it forward. If you want, say hi to Andrea. She's our baby architecture girl.
Hello.
Adriana.
Hey, how are you?
Adriana, she's been with me for over
Hi.
10 years. She's the manager and
How
one
are you?
of the
Hey,
top.
how are
Glad
you?
to see you.
And then Leah, come over here. And they graduated from the Art Institute, which is right next door here. This
Hi.
is Leah.
Hi.
They all speak multiple languages. So basically, do you want me to tell them about my company now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, go ahead.
absolutely.
Go ahead.
So basically, Eclectic Elements, we offer the client every style, every price, whatever they need in terms of if they need complete interior design, if they just want to buy a sofa or they want to buy a whole house full. Each girl will sit down with the client and they pick out what the client needs. We deliver and set up. We have an amazing referral program. I'm all commissioned for referrals. The best way that it works, and I tell the people either share the contact with me or do a group text so you can see the progress. If I talk to all the clients that are referred, and I figure out, what style, what budget, and which girl is best. And also the other thing with Eclectic, we always have any style that the client wants. We get new furniture daily. The client doesn't have to wait. So your client's happier. And the staging is so important. I'm also an investor. Every home that I purchase, the realtor says, after she sees the furnished, she goes, oh my God, if it would look like this, I would have sold it. Many times when I bought homes, like people don't have a vision. So staging is so important because they don't see how it's going to look. So they pass it by. I had a home once, I bought it, and it didn't look great. So Michael Mann was back in the day, he was looking for a rental house. He's like, I don't want it. I bought it. I changed it within a week. I called the scout because I work in the production business, and the scout's like, he doesn't want to see it. I'm persistent. She goes, I'm going to see it. He saw it. He loved it. And I got offered $900,000 more in 1 week. I didn't sell it. But the thing is that staging is so important because then they can see how it looks. What did you say?
I said, absolutely. Monica, you mentioned a book, and I just have a list of books. So I want to make sure that we take note of it. What was the book? The Devil?
The book is called Outwitting the Devil. I read it before, but it's so true. If you listen to me, my biggest thing I love is living, learning, and growing. I listen to audio all the time. If I'm not on the phone, if I'm home, I listen to audio. I take a break in the car. If I'm coming to my showroom, I'll listen to a song. But the more I'm learning, the more I always get the client. Because in sales, like Maciel, you said, I constantly add value to people. They ask me, where should I go? What do you think about this? I'm also a master connector. They ask me, who should I go to here? I have the best service people. I refer because the people are good to me and I'm good back to them. But I always add value. And also another way I get a lot of clients is I keep them in my circle. I curate amazing parties with luxury brands. April 6th in my showroom. How come I can't see them? What
We can hear you.
Okay, so April 6th, I'm doing an event, and it's going to be real estate and design and crypto. We have amazing speakers, and I do it in my showroom. And like Maciel said, you were saying, I'm always out and about. I talk to everyone. I can be in the elevator of the building. I'm, hi, how are you? Lots of times they're just moving in. I don't miss an opportunity. So I don't have to go out of my way. The minute I step foot out my door, there's somebody. I talk to every single person. Like you said, Maciel, everybody knows Monica's a furniture girl. And
Absolutely.
I can go to a place, like I'm going to introduce you to a new girl. Everybody's, we know Monica, because there isn't a place that I go that they don't know me. And I go out early and I come home early, but I make money going out and I have fun. And each person I meet is a golden link. It's a universe. They have a whirlwind of other people. So the chain keeps going and going. In the events I do major events in my home, in my business. And then I'm constantly connecting. It's about value. I give everyone value. So they're never going to forget me. And then they keep referring me. And this is how my life goes on and on. And being interesting, the client likes that. The books are a game changer in anyone's life.
Okay, I love that. I added the name of the book to our chat if anyone wants to check out the book. And you mentioned having the right team and group of people, which is something that's really important with working with the luxury agents.
Team
Yeah. Right. So you have to make sure that if you are going to be working with these clients, that you're also providing a team that you trust, whether it's your lender, your title company, your staging company, of course, your inspectors. They don't want to deal with any of this. Like, you are the one who's going to take a handle on the contract and schedule the inspections and, get back to them on the report, but make sure that you have a good team in place for them. So that's like a one-stop shop. And I know that Lifestyle provides our in-house vendors. So we're looking to bring in Monica to be our staging company.
But yeah, like you said, Maciel, you make it easy for the client. I do the same thing with the client. We set up the delivery. We do everything that the client doesn't have to do anything, just they wire us the money and we make their life easy, because we live in a world that there's not enough time to finish everything. So when they find someone that can do it all, they're going with you. And so yeah.
And to give to touch base on what Monica's saying too, her service is so important in the luxury world on the listing side, because exactly what she said, nobody has time. These people are busy. They don't have time to go in there. They need someone, number one, like Monica, and then they want to go in, see it, and they, most of the time, which ask Monica, they probably buy it staged already.
Let me tell you, they buy the furniture. Yeah, they don't want
That's what I'm saying.
The biggest thing with they don't have time. So like you furnish it, they see it. Most of the times the homes you furnish, they buy all the furniture. So, I don't have time. I pay more for service because I don't have time. And all my clients do the same thing. I rather pay extra and it's done off my list, so it's
9 out of the 10 deals that I've done that have staging inside, if they don't buy everything, they buy 80% of everything. So her service is absolutely needed. And especially if anyone in here is looking for a developer business, looking for, new spec homes that are not furnished, it makes, the world of a difference to get, someone like Monica in there. And if you wait till you guys go to her showroom, it's out of control. Like, all her stuff is on another level, and it really will increase your chance of selling that property. So it's definitely something most of your developers will already know they have to, but definitely if they don't know her already, it's to get her in there, let her do her magic, and guaranteed you just upped your chance of selling that property a lot faster than not being staged. Because also Monica said something earlier, people don't have vision. They don't. That's why they hire, the Monicas of the world, because she can go in there and with her eyes closed and say, this goes here, this goes here, this looks like that. They don't have time for that. Again, they're in another world and they're busy. So definitely a service, especially if this is, a luxury training, something that you need in your back pocket. So be very thankful for Maciel getting Monica out here today, because you're going to be calling her on a regular basis.
Listen, I'm on my cell 24/7. People call me. My clients call me 11:30 at night. I answer back because I'm always, and they like that. So for me, I'm always there. My girls are always ready to work, and we have the merchandise in stock. Think about it. When I make you look good, the client, you connect him with me, I furnish right away. Done, the problem solved. So, and I'm always going to make you look good. I mean, the customer service, all the girls, we put all the clients on a group chat. So the client gets 5 people on one chat. If someone doesn't answer because they can't at 11 o'clock at night, someone else does. Or it's me, I don't care. Me, actually, I love to work. It keeps me happy, busy. And I meet, again, for me, I meet so many amazing people. All my friends actually have come from my business, just so you guys know. So through work, it's given me everything, everything
Yeah.
in terms of becoming who I am.
The way we met through our mutual friend,
Ashley.
Trish, she has, through
Oh yeah,
Trish,
Trish was a client.
Yes.
Ashley was a client. Yeah.
they all have your furniture and
Yeah.
their homes look absolutely beautiful, and your home as well, so.
And yeah, and everybody, and so my whole network of people is actually through my business, which, hey, I love it. And like I said, I believe in transformation. And again, the home, it's so important, because what you see is what you take in. You're making them happy, so they're never going to forget you. Oh my God, I bought this house. The realtor that I bought my house, I'll never forget him, because like I have the best life in that house. So it's like you're changing their life in their reality, giving them like their piece of heaven on earth, So to me, that's important. Like
Absolutely.
Of course, yes, to everybody, right?
I
That's
know,
their
to
own
everyone.
foundation.
So it's important, the jobs that you do,
Yes.
giving them their dream home where they could be at peace, like have a mind, body, soul connection, and just be happier.
Especially at these price points, I mean, they're not just purchasing the home, they're purchasing the feeling, the lifestyle, and everything that comes with it, how it makes them feel when they walk into their home, and you definitely provide that for them. So that's something that you can't even measure. So Carl, let's talk about listings and what you do to stand out, because in this market, it is a seller's market, right? And how are you standing out aside of the other agents? Like, what are you providing to your sellers?
Definitely. Right now, as you all know, it's a seller's market. So getting the listing is definitely, your chances of selling a luxury listing. You go back a few years ago, and selling luxury took a little while. It wasn't like right now that you can put something on the water and probably sell it in 30 days, like a $300,000 house, right? But that's the market that we're in today. What I'm preparing myself is when the market goes back to not being so easy to sell it, and providing these luxury clients with a service that is like no other, right? Because again, I don't come, from a silver spoon in my mouth. I had to literally win these listings by giving these sellers a service that was like no one else, right? Because I had to work 1,000 times harder than everybody else to go against, the big agents of the beach, of Coral Gables, of South Miami. We can go on and on to all these neighborhoods with, ultra luxury homes. And I'll be honest with everyone in here, because I want you all to know the truth. I still lose to those people in this day. I go against them for listings and I don't win. And that's okay. And I'm okay with that, because I have, gone against some of the best and won and lost 1,000 times more. But what I want to get to is don't give up, because I started from nothing in the luxury world and I got in. Again, I own a marketing company. For those of you that don't know, I own a call center as well. I'm an artist, so I come, from creativity, from birth. Let's say I've been painting and doing graphic design. I actually can make films, and I brought that into the luxury space. So what I did is number one, get in front of potential sellers, and again, you start with your network, with anybody that that might have a friend or somebody that you can get in front of. But and then what are you going to do? What happens when you get in front of the door, right? Okay, they're going to give you an opportunity, and you're going against ABC Realtor, who sells $195 million a year on a regular basis, right? So it's like, what am I going to do to stand out from them? Because again, sometimes these big agents that are on top of the mountain, they're not hungry anymore, and they feel entitled. And I've heard that a lot. And I want you all to know that, okay? I've won listings.
That's
And
true.
even Monica said, remember when we're having lunch, Monica, that
Yeah,
you were like,
yeah.
they feel entitled, right? If you're going to give me a $10 million listing, I work for you. I should be serving you on a silver platter and giving you everything that you want. You don't owe me anything. And I keep hearing in the luxury space that these big realtors feel like the owner owes them something because they're this big realtor, and you're going to lose. You're going to lose to me because I'm going to come in and give them everything on a silver platter, and I'm going to do whatever they want. I love Maciel, Monica, both of you touched this point a little earlier when you were talking about. Monica said, I make it easy. I go in, I do everything. Guys, Monica's clients are multi-gazillionaires, but do you see
Rich
how she
clients,
still
yeah.
goes in?
I go,
Yes,
I
she
pick up the
still goes
call.
in. That's what I'm saying. She's on the phone. She makes it easy. She doesn't want them to think. She just wants them to live in their beautiful heaven that she made. Maciel went above and beyond, looked for the schools, thought about the kids. Guys, this is simple mathematics. You
Information.
got to service VPs. Yes,
Information. I'm
information,
constantly getting
service.
information.
Always making it easy. But you see how they both look, both of them, without even all of us getting together, said the same thing. So you have to give service, go above and beyond. Don't think they owe you anything. You're about to make 200 grand. You think you're just gonna go in there and say I'm great in this? No, no, they're gonna walk all over you and eat you alive in 2 seconds.
Hustle, the
And
hustle,
that's what
the hustle.
the hustle. Yeah,
the
exactly.
hustle.
So listen, I love it, and I think everything's experience. I have met, amazing people. I've met every developer I have worked with, by the way, till this day, knock on wood, has never left me. I list all their homes since the first one that I've done. I bring in film, photography. Actually, I want to show you guys something. So I'm selling a $15 million unit at the Muse, and right now I'm looking at my SEO around the world that I'm doing to get people. Oh, I can't share my screen. I wanted to show you guys my Google. Right now, there's 62 people from Dubai to France, and I can even see myself. I can pinpoint myself that I'm looking at the website right now. And these are some of the tools. Excuse me? Can I share my screen?
Yes.
No, I can't.
Let me,
Make him the host. Make him the host.
Just take, you always take what you need.
okay.
Well, you guys let me know when that's ready. But
You're eating pizza?
Mine's too. I may have a little piece. No, I'm not clumsy.
Okay,
Well,
somebody needs to
no, I
go.
can't. Can someone help? No, you can put everyone on mute if you want.
I'm not really.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, is everyone on mute now? Everyone needs to be on
Yeah.
mute except
let's
Carl
mute
and
everyone.
Monica.
Okay. So I've even gone above and beyond because I feel like Miami's full of a bunch of talkers, and I got tired of the big talk and there's no walk in the city sometimes, right? Because you get a lot of these people who say all these things but don't do them. So I provided a service that I was so confident for everyone in here that I wanted all of you to know. I write my marketing plan in my additional terms of my listing agreement, because I want my seller to know that I'm being as transparent as possible. I create Gmail accounts for my seller so they can log on to the same Google I'm looking at now. I wanted to show you guys. So my seller can see these people from Dubai all around the world looking at his website right now, like in live time, 24 hours a day. I give them links to all the films, to everything that I'm doing. I'm an open book because I don't want that phone call that ever says, Carl, what are you doing? That's the scariest call in the world to me. So that's something that I don't want. So I have seen what everyone else hasn't done. And again, it's a lot of work. And you know what I hate when people tell me, I'm going to tell everybody this here. I hate when people go, Carl, why do you do all that in a market where it can sell so fast? And I go, because I'm giving my clients a service that no one else gives them. And I don't give a shit what market we're in. I want to hand them the best service that this market can give them. And that's why in a year, they'll come back to me and you'll be dead in the water because you don't do shit. You just think you're going to put it on the MLS and it's going to sell. But you know what? You're going to be, again, eaten alive by an agent like me in a year when the market is not in our favor as agents. So learn and give. Both of the ladies today talked about it themselves. Everything they said, listen to them. They said, give information, service. And that is what has gotten me to be able to get into this luxury space, guys. Pure hard work. Forget it. I wasn't handed anything. I started by telling luxury agents, just give me 10 grand and let me do all the marketing and everything for your listing. So that way I can just get my name out there and show that I was in the space. And that's how I started for years. I didn't sell my first property for like 3 years, but I never gave up because I knew I had something that other people didn't. And thank God, one domino fell, hit another one. I met the right person, sold a few luxury listings, got my own, met developers, and I'm still climbing the mountain, guys. Again, I still lose all the time. Okay, so I want to be very clear here. I'm not, saying that I'm winning every listing, but I'm definitely on the climb to the top and very, very, very happy. And I love the journey, by the way. Oh my God, the journey is the funnest place in the world. Like, just learning, giving, sharing, putting stones on a house I was selling on the beach on a walkway because we had to go to Home Depot because it was going to dirty the whole house. And I mean, I can tell you stories for days. Let me show you really quick if I can share my screen.
So,
Yes, I can.
Carl,
Please,
I
wanna
did
show-
make
I
you
wa-
the host, so you'll be able to share the screen. And while
Yeah,
you're doing
I
that,
want to see, can everyone see this or no?
How do I see the
You-
screen?
you started
You-
sharing the screen, yes.
Okay, is
You
this
guys
it?
see the,
Not the screen, the
you-
blue, yeah.
look, this is wild, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me. I'm right here, North Miami. That's Carl. I'm live. This right here is live. Everybody on my $15
Oh, this
million
is you.
unit
You're showing
website
me.
because
Okay, cool.
this is the unit that I have for 15 million. This is live right now. Look, all over the Northeast.
Wow.
That's me in North
Awesome.
Miami. I got some people.
Really
This
good.
is 60 people. My sellers have access to this. Oh, look, we got somebody from Dubai. Look right here. Look at where my mouse is. There's 2 people in Dubai looking at my unit right now. This is live. I can't
How
invent
much is it?
this
How
is
much is it?
literally from Google.
How much is it?
14.4 million,
Okay.
14.4 million, 7,200 square feet under AC.
Wow.
It's the 45th and the 46th floor. It's the only upper and lower unit in the building in the Muse, which is a gorgeous building in Sunny Isles. But look, this isn't, again, guys, this is one of the 150 things I do. But imagine giving your seller the opportunity to see exactly where your marketing dollars are going and
Amazing.
where that they can see people are all over the world looking at it, which I love this because it doesn't come from my mouth. It comes from Google Analytics itself, So it's literally Google sharing with them who's looking at it. And there's another thing here. Hold on. Let me see. This is another thing that I love showing. Let me see if I can show you this really quick. And then I'll actually, if anyone wants to ask any questions, I'll be happy. Actually, no, I can't click on this right now. But again, that I wanted to show you because I love that feature because it's live by Google. I also share, again, films. I go above and beyond. I have an audio engineer. Let me let everybody know here. This is not just me. I have an editor. I have a photographer. I have a editor of photos. I have an editor of films. I'm the director of everything, by the way. Everything that you see ever done by me is from my brain. So I put it together, I do screenplays, and then my team takes care of it. But I know how to do everything so I can fix everything. So I work on speed on the micro, but patience on the macro, everybody. This takes a long time. I get things done fast, but I know Carl's going to be the Carl that he wants to be in a few years, but, continuing this journey. Is there any agents in here who have any questions on, getting luxury listings or how to prepare? Does anyone have any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
Really quick, Carl, when you did first hit that big, first check, that check with the 2 commas, right? That you that first one that you got. I think it's important to tell the agents, and you've shown it that you probably took that check and reinvested it back into your business because that only led to more business, right? And it's very important for the agents to know that when you get those big closings, that's awesome, but make sure that you're taking that money and you're reinvesting it back into your business, and that's how you're going to continue to grow.
100%. I always, just so you know, when I get a listing, I have plan A, B, C, and D already ready. So that listing is never just a sale. I already have how am I going to leverage the listing? How am I going to use that to get other listings in the area? What am I going to do when this listing sells? How can I use this listing as my foundation? Which I have done, everyone, since the first luxury listing that I ever listed. All those have been stepping stones to get to where I am today. And I even share my failures with my clients because one thing I do is I am not the agent that goes gun-ho for 30 days on the MLS and I give up. I'm like a Spartan, okay? I fight till death or till I sell. So I give the same intensity, the same energy, and the same service from month 1 to month 12. It's a year contract. And I've been using even my failures to clients and show them the intensity because I document everything I do. Everything has been documented for the last 8 years. So I can go back in history and show them from the beginning of Carl to now Carl and how things have worked. And there's so much data behind here that honestly, they see it. They see, he knows what he's doing, how to get it, how to get the attention, how to sell it, and he doesn't give up. And remember, you don't work for the market. You work for your seller. So if you say, oh, I got this overpriced listing, you should have never took it then, because you told that seller you were going to do everything in your power to sell it, right? So instead of complaining, figure out the solution on how to get them that price, because you took on that listing. So always remember that too. Some people are like, oh, the listing is this, I can't. Well, then figure it out. Stop complaining, because complaining is not going to get them the price that they want, or at least as close as they want. So I'm very solution driven, and I can't deal with negative energy. I can't deal with, who I love? I love Alice in Wonderland. Did you guys remember when she said, I wake up every morning and I think of 5 impossible things to do every day. I live by that. I think of 5 impossible things that everyone says you can't do. I can do everything. I can do anything I want. And that's the mindset that I have on a daily basis.
I like that
I
mindset.
love that. So we do have a couple of hands up. I'm going to unmute your microphone here, Daphne. Let me unmute you here. Let's see. Oh, Carl, you're the host now. If you want, make me the host or unmute.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, how do I do that? What do I
Okay,
do?
go to the 3 little dots next to my picture and press
Okay.
make
Got
host.
it.
Hi, Marcial.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, I'm clicking on your name on the chat. Oh, I got it. And then make host. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. Wow, why did you guys make me host? Hold on one second.
so that you were able to share your screen.
No,
okay.
I know. Hold on. Let me figure this out. I'll figure it out. I'm
That's-
super tech savvy. Just give me 1 second. Is that I'm not very zoomy, guys. So I'm not too much of a Zoom. I like meeting in person because I like the energies. Okay, I clicked on your name and I went to more. Oh, make host. Got it. I did it. Okay, got it.
Okay, so I see that we have a couple hands raised. Let me unmute some of your microphones. Let me see. Okay, so Daphne.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Carl, the question I have is for Carl. I'm a new agent here in Miami, Florida, and I'm looking to get into the luxury market.
Wow, there's a lot of back noise. Someone has a lot of back noise, so I can't hear too well.
Okay, if you're not the person asking the question at the moment, just make sure that you are on mute. Okay. I'm gonna mute you first. Monica, I muted you for a second.
So again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daphne. I'm a new realtor in the Miami, Florida area, and I'm looking to get into the luxury market. So my question to Carl is, when marketing a luxury listing, do you use your own funds in order to market the listing, or do you have the seller put forth?
No, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that you have to use your own money.
Okay.
And you have to show them. So I'm gonna go into what I do is I literally break the whole thing down, and rule of thumb. And again, I don't know if it's correct or this is just what I've heard from colleagues in the luxury space. And it's kind of the formula that I use myself is you usually want to invest about 10% of your potential earnings. So if I'm going to make 70,000, I'll put a $7,000 to $10,000 budget on my house.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll break down those $7,000 to $10,000 on that house and, show my seller what I'm going to do. But again, that's why I go back to putting everything in the additional terms, because showing them that they, can just be a bunch of stuff, a bunch of talk. I like to prove it to them. And that's why I've created back ends for my sellers. I want my sellers to be able to look at me, blindly and see everything I'm doing at all times, no matter what, to know that they have an agent that's working for them all the time. So yes, that definitely comes out of your pocket. Okay. And I will tell you, it could hurt. Okay. You get 10 listings and you're spending $10,000 each, so $100,000. But again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you're listing listings that you're making 50,000, 150,000, 200,000. I can go on and on. So, I would say the beginning, again, depending on each and every person's financials can be, a little difficult, but and then Be solution driven. Figure it out. Find something that costs a fraction, but that can give the same service. Listen, I fortunately I was able to do it because I know how to do everything. So I did everything in the beginning, but now I built my own team and I can monitor everything because I know how to do it. But in the beginning, I did it all. So when it came to putting bricks on the side of a house, cleaning a house, windows, whatever, editing pictures, I'm sure you can find something, to give your
Great.
client the service that you want to give them.
Awesome.
And
Thank you so much for the information.
Carl, when you didn't have those funds to put down that 10% prior to making that paycheck, I'm sure there was times that maybe you teamed up with somebody that could, provide that. I know that you know how to do most of it on your own, but there's ways that maybe you can partner up with somebody who's already doing luxury or has those funds that can bring you to that level.
I'm glad you brought that up. So what did I do? And again, it's only because I know how to do it. I would get the luxury agents who didn't want to spend all the money, and I would say, just let me do it all and just give me nothing at that point because I was, just starting. So I reversed exactly what you're saying. I would tell the
Right.
agents, wow, what do you do? This, that. And they were like, oh my God, I have to spend all this money. I said, well, have you seen what I can do? And of course I would show them and they would be like, man, that's amazing. Let's work together. And, of course, in the beginning, I would just say, give me anything, throw me the crumbs. All I wanted to do, guys, I didn't care about the money. I wanted to be on the listing as a co-listing agent so that I can use that for my own future and say, hey, I was a part of this deal. Look, my name is on there in black and white. And of course, I did it for, crumbs and French fries from inside of the car. And now I won't do it for less than 50%. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if they're not co-listing with me and working with me, I don't even, go into the project. Unless it's like, something on another, on the next level, maybe I'll do it for, a different percentage rate. But yeah, that's how it started. So I started doing the reversal. I started giving all the service in the world for nothing. And that's how I began. So vice versa though, yes, if you don't, maybe you want to get with someone that can go, halves with you so that the cost doesn't cost as much. Don't sacrifice service, agents. Don't, you're not going to go on Craigslist to go promote and find a video editor and a photographer to go sell $5 million house. Don't do it. They'll smell the crappiness of your service and weed you out immediately.
Okay, we have a couple other hands. Mitch, I'm going to unmute you. I know you had your hand up.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Great insight from everyone. Thank you. So because you guys all mentioned you take a different approach from the traditional day-to-day, what do you guys do different to manage your book of business and the luxury clientele? Because I know there's a lot of programs for us to use and a lot of things. I know I've been a recipient of some blast mails and, the little things you remember about everyone. What approach do you have once, it's easy if you have 1 or 2 or 3 luxury clients, but when your whole book of business becomes the bulk of that, how do you manage that?
Monica, Carl, do you want to take?
I mean, for me, for the clients, I use the mass email MailChimp. So every week I send a mass email to the realtors. I am commissioned for referrals to all my database. So I have it segregated like architects, designers, realtors, my eclectic elements clients. So for me, every week they get a mass email. I do events all the time, so I have them, but we keep their information in the mass email program. For me, every person I meet, they're in my cell phone. Everybody's in my cell phone. So I might have over 20,000 numbers in my cell phone, and it works for me. Like the other day, in every place, since I've been in this town for over 25 years, I know someone, and they're managing this property. I'm like, oh, I met her 15 years ago. Right away, I'm in. So because I've been here, I've built like a huge clientele, but I manage with my cell phone. And then I do the mass email, and then Marcia can explain her CRM program to you.
Yes. So I think it's very important to have a CRM because as you continue to grow, you may not have the mental capacity to just remind yourself to send this person an email or send this person a text or call this person. So having a CRM in place that you personalize, so it doesn't sound like a computer reaching out to your clients. You want it to sound like yourself. I use the CRM Chime. And I make sure that all my leads, depending on where they're coming from, that they're into this program and they're getting touched at least, for the next 2 years. Sometimes I have the CRM that brings back a client from a year later. And because it has smart conversations with them. I set them up on a safe search. If I see that there's no interaction for a certain amount of time, the CRM will reach out and do an email or do a text or do a reminder to me to call this person. It's been 2 months, you haven't spoke, call this person, or it'll send listings that fit the criteria of that buyer. So I definitely think that having a CRM is extremely important. It's especially when you are buying leads. If you're gonna, take money and put it into Zillow or to a realtor, you need to make sure that you have a good CRM in place, because these are not people that were referred to you. So you don't have, that connection with them just yet. So you're not going to remember them, but the CRM will. You put them in there, you put them in a buyer's campaign. I have a buyer's campaign for realtor leads, and my campaign will do the work for me. There's times that I come back and I see that the system's been talking to them for 6 months. And they're like, hey, I'm ready. I'm coming to town this weekend. I'm like, wait, what did they talk about? And I go back and I see like what listings were sent. I see that there's interaction, but it's a smart system. So I think that having a CRM, we are discussing bringing it into some of our branches, hopefully all of them. I know Fort Lauderdale will have Chime for their agents, Ventura, and I think Palmetto Bay. So we are bringing in the CRM. I think it's really important as you grow to have one.
Great, thank you.
All righty. Next hand up. Let's see. I'm gonna unmute. Right here. Okay. Ronique?
Yes. Hello. You guys can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Hi guys. Thank you so far for all the information and putting this Zoom together. I actually have 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is for Carl. So I'm actually in web design, and I've been, thinking of creating sites for the individual properties like you had showed. When it comes to the marketing of that, have you known a big difference, or like as far as buyers coming, how you're able to see there's people in Dubai and different parts of the country? Has it made a big difference?
I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely a numbers game. So 2 reasons why I do it, and I have actually sold 2 properties from my own SEO efforts that I got both sides of the deal, and it came from my site. I actually, again, I come from this space, so I use Zillow backlinks, Realtor backlinks. I do a lot of back-end work, so I'm sure you're very familiar with that. Yes, there's a difference. It is a numbers game. Clients like it because, you're doing an extra service for their home. But my brain, when I used to see realtors with cool websites for properties, I was like, yeah, but who's really seeing it? Like, who goes there? Does anyone even go there? Or is this just, oh, I just want to show that I have a property website? So I didn't want to be that guy. And that's why I create a Gmail account for all of my clients. I give them the Google Analytics. I like them to see it. I spend money on SEO. Again, I come from that space, so I know how to target luxury, people looking for luxury. It's a trial and error game. So I'll tell you to do your homework. I've been doing it for years. So, I change my SEO all the time. My actual rate of average time on my sites are almost a minute long. Put a clock and put a minute. The people going to my seller site, they're actually looking at the property. They're looking at the information. So it's definitely targeted to my client. So yes, you will see something, but don't get discouraged if you see one of my properties. I think I got 79,000 eyes on it, right? From New York. And I found that one human being who called me, who turned, this is a real story, guys, turned into a virtual tour that I thought was the biggest waste of time. So don't ever think anything's a waste of time. They flew down, saw it in real life, and they bought it. And I got both sides because it was my listing. So it could work, but listen, I'm a big believer of doing everything because you don't know what's going to work. Just do it right. But, don't get discouraged. And in due time, if you stick to the right thing and you give it 100%, you're going to see the fruits of your labor.
Okay, thank you. And then for Monica, I actually had a question when it comes to networking.
Sure.
How do you maintain those relationships without it feeling like pushy or anything like that?
Because I'm never pushy with the client. I'm always giving valuable information about life, about business, about everything. They all want to talk to me because I'm also super happy all the time. They feel that energy. I give them value. I do events. It's like I can get a client. Let's say I get a divorced guy. So I give them therapy about, how amazing it is to be single. I make them feel happy. They constantly call me for everything. They ask me, who can I go to for this? Then I have parties. They come to my parties. So I keep them in my life always. They're amazing people. But for me, I'm telling you, the books that I've read, I've been listening to audible.com and books about everything. And I always have something interesting to say. They want to talk to me. And the part, create value. The biggest thing is create value in yourself. And they're always going to want to be around you. And I'm not shy. Because I can tell you my biggest line, I've been up and they tell you shyness gets you broken single. I say hi to everyone. I'm everyone. My son says, Mom, I talk to everyone. They're passing the street. Hi, how are you today? Because you never know who they're going to be. It always turns into business, you know? So that's what I do.
Ronique,
Thank you. I love
when
it.
Ronique, when you're talking about real estate, it's really not being pushy. People love to talk about real estate. And the more that you can tell them about the market or tell them about certain buildings,
I talk about everything, but I talk about a little bit of everything. Real estate's important to me. Again, it's you create the heaven on earth, but I'm rounded and talk about everything under the sun they want to talk about. So it's like, they want to be with you. They call you. I want to hang out with you
because you're giving off that energy and you're open to it. And I feel like people will approach you and they know that what you do for business, you know, so they're going to go to you and they're going to approach you sometimes about it. So it never comes off pushy. It comes off more like, I love what I do and I exude it and it motivates people to open those conversations.
But I don't call them and say, hey, you need furniture. I'm like, hey, how's your day? How's your family? Whatever. It's never about, do you want to buy the furniture? They're talking at the end. It's like, oh, let me know. Are you ready yet? I never, and I might talk to them. They're not ready yet. So I said, oh, when are you ready? Oh, I'm not ready for a month. So it goes in my calendar. I'll call them in a month. I don't call just to call. They tell me that they're ready and I call. You know, I do it in a beautiful, gracious way where they're happy to get my call. It's not, they always pick up, you know, and if they're ready.
So we're gonna move on to Joelle. Ronique, I hope that answered your question.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Joelle, I'm gonna unmute you. Okay. There we go.
There we go. What's up, guys? My main question is, so I do a lot of recruiting with the company, and I get a lot of people that, you know, of course they want to get into the luxury market. You know, I hear that so much from new agents, like, oh, I want to do luxury. Like, it's understandable because the commissions are bigger, right? But my question is, if you have somebody that is brand newly licensed and they don't have the skill set that Carl has, or, you know, what do you recommend as far as, like, for somebody just getting started? They don't really have any experience. They just know that they have a passion for diving into real estate and doing well.
I'm going to tell you that if they have a passion for it and they really, you see, this separates the pretenders from do you really want it, right? So, okay, you don't, again, I did have a skill set. I owned a marketing company. I used that to leverage myself and to get in, right? Mm-hmm. But if you don't have that, okay, then you want to get into luxury, okay, pick Coral Gables. Know what sold for the last 3 years. Know the percentage rate of everything that's sold. Know the color of every kitchen that's sold. Know which roofs sold for more money. Know how much money they got for more, you know, land than, you know, the 2-acre lots, you know, against the 15,000 square foot lots. Know the restaurants. Know the best spinach dip, you know, down the corner. You want to be a professional and service these clients, then if you don't have a special skill set, learn, read, see everything you got to see. So when you talk to Mr. John Smith, you know, in his $5 million house in Pinecrest that you studied on, you can tell him everything and you can provide him the knowledge that maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know that houses have gone up 2%, 20%, 14% throughout the, you know, the last 5 years. Find out. I even have, you know, a presentation I've done called Chasing Whales. I've even gone as far as learning the last names of the, you know, the 5 people who sold closest to the house and learned a little bit about their lives just in case they know them. So I can kind of say, yes, I heard they did this, so I can speak the language of the area. So what I would recommend is, if you really want to, guys, it's not easy. It's so hard. And I'm just telling you how it is. Oh, yeah, because like I told you, I came from door knocking, sending out flyers, you name it. I've done it all. It's the hardest thing in the world, but I wanted it bad. And I didn't want to quit ever. And I never did. And I got it, right? I'm still not where I want to be, but then learn, figure out what you want to do, send postcards, tell people if they want a free market analysis, give service, but also become a professional and become an expert in the area that you want to go after.
Now, as a follow-up to that, Carl, do you think that it's best, because once you join most companies, most people try a little bit of everything, right? So I remember at Shula's you said that you've only done luxury, right? Like your first check was a luxury listing. So do you recommend that people just hone in and focus in on the thing that they feel like is their area and just go 100% at that? Or
you know what? That's a difficult question, right? Because when I started in real estate, I had a custom wheel brand company that I used to import, containers from overseas. I went broke, but I still knew how to market. I had a marketing company, which would, kept me living. I had to do Uber Eats at one time. Imagine, having the biggest wheel company in South Florida and going flat broke and then having to start over again. I think I almost had a heart attack like 4 times because I was super stressed out at the time. But I don't want to say that, no, just go after luxury, because how are you going to eat, right? So you got to, maintain, you got to do what you got to do. I went only after luxury, but I did take the rentals when they came. I did take, the regular residential sales. I have done commercial sales. I took everything that I had to, but my main focus and my goal was luxury, 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 luxury. I see these modern mansions like canvases. I'm an artist. So I go in and I'm like, wow, this is gorgeous. Imagine this. Imagine we show this. So I love that. It's my passion. I love it. So I stayed on the path. I didn't hear people, become a Zillow agent and invest. I don't give a shit about that. I don't want to be a buyer's agent. I didn't want to do it. Yes, I knew there was 100 million people making money, but I didn't care about the money. I wanted to be happy doing what I wanted to do in life, period. 1,000 rentals. I didn't want to do 1,000 rentals. I wanted to sell a $50 million house, so I just went straight for what I wanted to. And I never looked sideways. Like the racehorse with the goggles. I didn't look sideways. I only looked forward forever. Didn't change. So do what you got to do, but never lose focus of the goal and you'll be just fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Carl for president.
Okay, so I think that that's it for the questions. Thank you guys all for joining. Thank you, Monica, for being here and taking time out of your day. I sent Monica's PDF to the chat that says a little bit about her company and herself and how to contact her. Monica is also having an event in April, so April 6th.
I'll send you the invite. You can put it in the chat. And then my Instagrams are there. They can also follow me in my personal, which is easy, Monica Miami Designer. There I post the events for the showrooms. So they can follow me on that. And follow me and I'll follow you guys back. Say hello on my Instagram with the personal or whichever one. So I'll follow you right back.
Okay, so we'll add that to the chat.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you too so much for coming through on the Zoom. I love having you. I love your energy. I'm super glad. Yes, I'm super glad everyone got to feel the Monica energy. Like you all needed that. Trust me. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you, Matthew.
They have to come to one of the events and they'll see they're going to meet great people and have a great time. And they're going to see art.
Definitely.
But anyways,
I'll be there for sure. So count me in.
You're going to put your art here. I have easels. But anyways, guys, have a beautiful day. And hopefully I'll get the pleasure to meet you guys one day at one of the events. Okay. Bye. Ciao, ciao.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye,
ciao.
guys.
Bye-bye.
How do you close?
Thank you guys. Great meeting. Thank you, Marcial.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Everyone, I appreciate you guys.
Alrighty. I'm gonna stick around and just add Monica's Instagram here. Okay, so it's gonna be Monica Miami Designer. And that's her personal page. And then the eclectic elements page is eclectic elements. I'll send that as well.
Can you send yours as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Eclectic elements. Okay, those are the two for Monica, her personal and the business, and mine is Marcel Perdomo _PA. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the meeting. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you.